Title: She yelled, "OMG, it's just a kiss. Why are you so insecure?" After I saw the video. I said, "Just a kiss?" What she found in her locker at work the next day shut her up. Start: I remember the way her voice cracked when she yelled it. "It's just a kiss. Why are you so insecure?" The word insecure echoed like a blade scraping bone. She spat it at me, not realizing I had already seen the video twice. Once in disbelief, once in silence. It wasn't just a kiss. It was the confirmation, the final stitch in a tapestry of lies I had been stitching together for weeks. We'd been together 3 years. She was sunlight back then, warmth in crowded rooms, laughter spilling out like music I couldn't stop replaying. I believed in her, trusted her, loved her enough to ignore the cracks when they started to show. Late-night texts she angled away from me, sudden overtime shifts that ended with her hair smelling faintly of cologne I didn't own. A distance in her touch, like her body had already been rented out to someone else. Still, I held on, because sometimes love is less about truth and more about the lies you're willing to swallow. Until the video. I found it by accident. A friend of a friend posted a story at some crowded bar. People dancing, laughing, glasses raised. And there she was, my girlfriend, pressed against him like gravity had a personal vendetta against me. His hand on her waist, her lips on his. A slow, deliberate kiss. Not stolen, not drunken, chosen. I replayed it until my chest burned. Every frame carved into me like scripture. That was when I felt it, the shift. Pain curdled into clarity. Clarity sharpened into resolve. She thought my silence was weakness. She mistook my calm for confusion. She didn't know silence was where I worked best. So I started building. First came the evidence. Screenshots of texts I pulled from her unlocked laptop. Photos of her and him outside his apartment, taken from my car 2 streets away. Copies of her messages where she mocked me to her friends, calling me too intense and boring. Then came the planning. I wasn't going to scream. I wasn't going to beg. No. Her downfall would be quiet, precise, undeniable. I dug deeper, discovered her job had strict morality clauses. Romantic entanglements with coworkers were violations. Guess who her secret lover was? Her direct supervisor. The man kissing her in that video. Perfect. The night she yelled at me, "Just a kiss," I almost smiled, because she had no idea her reckoning was already sealed. I leaned forward, stared her dead in the eye, and whispered, "Just a kiss?" Then I walked away. She thought she'd won. The next day she opened her locker at work. Inside, neatly arranged, was a manila folder. Every photo, every screenshot, a printed still frame from that kiss blown up just enough that there was no mistaking her face. And on top, an unsigned note in my handwriting. Was it just a kiss? She didn't come home that night. She couldn't. HR had already received their copy. The company didn't tolerate scandal that could stain their reputation. Her supervisor was escorted out by security. She wasn't far behind. Her friends? They got their copies too. The ones she gossiped with about me behind my back. Now they had front-row seats to her betrayal. Her family? A polite envelope slipped into their mailbox. Truth delivered with surgical precision. I didn't raise my voice. I didn't touch her. I didn't even need to be there. Her world collapsed without me lifting more than a pen. Days later, she finally called. Her voice was small, ragged. Not the same woman who once mocked me with that word, insecure. "You ruined me," she whispered. I let the silence hang, heavy and sharp. Then I said the only thing I needed to. "No, You ruined you. I just turned on the lights. And I hung up. Do I miss her? Sometimes I miss who I thought she was. The girl who laughed like every sound mattered. The one who reached for my hand in crowded places like I was home. But that girl was a mirage. What I had was a stranger wearing her skin. And when the mask fell, all that was left was betrayal. So no, I don't regret it. I don't regret watching her stumble through the ruins of the life she burned. I don't regret the silence, the patience, the way I made every move like a chess master cornering a careless queen. Because the truth is simple, it was never just a kiss. It was the moment she lost everything, and the moment I took myself back. Her downfall wasn't loud. It wasn't cinematic in the way she probably imagined revenge should be. No screaming matches, no dramatic exits, no slamming doors. Just silence, just evidence, just consequences. And in the end, silence speaks louder than any scream. That's the part she never understood. That's why she lost.